Hello everybody, Crusher Callan here, and today I'm playing Ark Survival Evolved, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to get some great loot, however this time on the island map. So there are two methods of getting great loot, and probably the way to get the best loot in the game is, as many of you would know, deep sea loot crates, which lie at the bottom of the ocean, and have Mastercraft and Ascendant stuff like very often. However, it can be sometimes painful and hard for smaller tribes to get down there, which is why I've prepared this video for you guys. So today we're going to be going into the underwater west cave, which, if you don't already know, is an artifact cave which contains an artifact which you can then use to summon the boss. But we're not there for the artifacts, we're there for the drops that spawn within the cave. So these drops have they're great, like easily accessible. You can get them easily even if you're a smallish tribe, and they also have pretty great loot too, I must admit. So the way this video is going to be set out is I'll show you where you gotta go, what you're gonna need, and the spawns, where the drops spawn. And then later on I'm also going to show you just some of the stuff I've gotten from about 2 days of farming. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the cave we're going to be going to is the underwater west cave. So I've actually left a marker on my map. If you see it's the green one, I'll hop on my trend on so I can zoom in on it. So it's that green marker. It's at about 53:10. So it's right out in the middle of the ocean, and yeah, so you'll be able to go down there and get the loot. So now I'm going to run through what you're going to need for this, because there are a few requirements. However, it's not really that hard to get, and so most of you guys should be able to do this. So the main thing you're going to need is an underwater mount. Probably the most reliable and quickest way of doing it is, in my opinion, the ichthy. But you can use anything from mantas, pleesies, squids, anything like that. Because this cave is very easy, unlike the east cave. So yeah, definitely if you've got a squid, if you've got a squid, a pleesie, anything, you can use that. But for smaller tribes, I definitely recommend the ichthy, just because it's that much easier to get. And so also you will need a bit of meat for your ichthy, because these things consume it like crazy. You will not believe it. They can't stop eating that. They'd be a very fat animal if they didn't do all this swimming around. But yeah, you're going to need a lot of meat. Or not a lot, but like, I don't know, maybe like 40, just because this run doesn't take that long and it won't require that much stamina. But I definitely suggest taking a bit more if you're going to do multiple. And you're also going to need a bit of food for yourself, because it does get a bit cold down there. It's not that bad. But definitely take some food anyway. You don't want to get stranded down there without any food. You'll need an ichthy saddle, which if I have a look for you, yeah, the requirements are 50 fibre, 8 flint, 55 hide, 10 metal, and 20 wood. So pretty easy to get for early on in the game. And you'll also, you don't need it, but you can use it depending on what type of ichthy you got. So you can use a scuba tank, but if you've got a decent high level, like mine, 120, with some high stamina, you can get down there without using an oxygen tank, or a scuba tank, which I'll show you in a second. Alright, so now we've got all the requirements out of the way. Let's get down there, or let's go to the location of the cave, and I'll show you surroundings. So I'm just going to use my map. Let's put a marker. It's pretty easy to get there. Just got to go a bit further. Alright, we're pretty much in it now. So, the coordinates are 50, it's actually a bit further along than this. It's, oh no it's not, don't worry. I'm lying to you. It's at about 53, or just do pretty much 50-10 really. It doesn't matter if you're like 53 or just a little bit higher, a little bit lower. It's around about 50-10. Pretty much directly across from that ridge line over there on the forest on the west coast, directly down from Blue Obby and directly north from Red Obby. So I tend to go by that that ridge there, or you can also go by this these big spikes that jut out of the beach. It doesn't really matter, you'll get there, you'll find it. Alright, so because Mikey's got some good stamina, I don't want to waste an oxygen tank. I'll just go there without wearing the oxygen tank. Alright, so this is just the roundabout area you want to be. There's the land, so pretty much straight out from here. And as soon as you're here, deep in the ocean, you can go straight down. And as you head down, there'll be a few red ridges and that appear, don't worry about them. And then seaweed will begin to appear, and that shows that you're very close to the cave entrance, and bubbles indicate where the cave actually is. So if you can see bubbles from up there, then you're definitely very close. So here's, I'll just chuck the scuba tank on so I can take a bit of time. So here's the just a roundabout location. It's a big clearing. That's the Silica Pearl Cave right here. And it's pretty clear and open, so I'll just take out my, that's trippy. So roundabout 5210 exactly, pretty much, and you'll see this big square rectangle looking opening thing in the clearing of seaweed, and you'll go straight into it. This is the cave. So as you go in, it'll start to brighten. Oops. Oh, what am I doing? It will brighten up, so you don't have to have gamma high because of all the lighting in this cave. And then you're in the underwater cave. So there are a maximum of 3 loot or 3 drops spawning at one current time, and I think there's around about, I'm not 100% sure, but I think there's around about 6 locations, one of which is right here. So the first drop location is at about 5812. Directly from the entrance of the cave to the right. You should see the drop glowing if it is here. So there are 3 rarities of drops that spawn in here, red, yellow and blue, and they all contain better loot than what normal drops of the same colour would have. So let's get this one and see what we get. Oh, Mastercraft pump shoddy and a really good flak chest piece, which is what we actually need too. So as you can see, pretty good loot. 629 durability on that shoddy and 188 damage, and plus a pretty cheap flak chest piece with some good armor and durability. So that's the first drop location, right outside from the cave, or right into to the right of the cave. Alright, so here there'll be a cross section where it goes, you can go left or right, doesn't matter which way you go, there can be a drop on the floor of either side, and as you can see, here's the second drop. So this one is just further down on the right side at coordinates 5914. We've got a red drop this time, and see what we get from this. And we get a Mastercraft Fabby pistol blueprint. So, oh, that's expensive. That is pretty expensive. I think we've actually got a better blueprint that's cheaper than that. But yeah, so that's the location of the third drop. Alright, next. So the next one you'll see up in this clearing here, and it goes onto land. So I'm not 100% sure if it does actually spawn here, but it definitely used to. There used to be a drop that was spawn on land right here, but I don't think any do anymore, so definitely check here anyway, but I don't think any do anymore. I haven't seen one in a while, but a while ago they did used to spawn here. Alright, so now I'm going to head back from the entrance again, just so you get a better idea of where we're going. So this is where loot crate 1 was, that's the entrance right there. If you take the left route, and you follow the ground along, I think just about here maybe, somewhere around this this area here, yeah, I think it is just down here. That's another drop location, so 5815, check the ground, you should see blue, yellow or red, depending on what drop it is. And yeah, so that's another spot they can spawn. Alright, so next, once you've checked both alleyways and if there's any loot down there gotten them, you follow this pathway here that just goes back to the first corridor. You follow through here, and that brings us to our, I don't know what number we're at, but there's another loot location right here. So at 6016 in this pathway, I'm not sure exactly where it is, in like somewhere in these in the shrubs and that at the bottom. Yeah, so somewhere along here. I've definitely seen one spawn here, just isn't here at the moment. So and then if you look up, you get into where the crystals are. If you take a turn right, it leads you to this little ruin. And just like the other spot I showed you, there used to be a spawn location here, but yet again I haven't seen one here in a while, so I don't think there's one here anymore. But yeah, there's an explorer note just here at coordinates 6116 on the land, this little cove with a bit of a ruin in it up the stairs, and that is Rockwell record 9. Alright, let's keep going to the drops. So you follow this pathway through, that's where we came from. You got to keep going down this way, and it takes you to a bit of a where there's no air for a little bit. So I think this one is the one that I'm not 100% sure about, but I think a drop can spawn on the water down on the sand down here in this opening bit at about 58:20, but I'm not 100% sure of that one, but still check there anyway. I think I may have seen one there, not too sure. Alright, so next you want to go to this land area up here, and right next to these crystals is yet another explorer note, Nerva note 9. So if you haven't got that, you can come down here and get this at coordinates 58:20. And just overlooking this wide open water bit. So I parked my ichthy in here just so like sharks and that might not be able to get it. I don't know, they might still be able to, but should be a bit harder for most things to get. Alright, so next you want to follow this land bit and come around this corner. So this bit's done on foot, alright? So you just come around here and up this stairway, and actually I went straight past the spot. And I think just about right here at 59:21, a drop can spawn right in this corridor. You should see it when you park your ichthy over there. You should see it glowing. Alright, so next you want to follow this ramp up here and turn left. And I think, yep, just here on this wide open flat bit here, you can pull out your GPS, or right here, it is at 60:21. That's another drop location here. So I'm just going to eat some berries. And if you just go to the right, there's a bit of a another ruin hanging off, and yet another explorer note. So that is the Toothless dossier. And then you can follow this area down and around here, like around this side bit here, but I haven't actually seen a drop spawn here in a while. So I think they may have removed the spawn for a drop that was along this area here. Like all along this bit and around the back. I think there was a drop somewhere along here, but I'm pretty sure they've removed that one because I haven't seen that in ages now. So yeah, that is, those are a few of the ones on land, and that's actually the last of the ones on land actually. So we'll head back to the ichthy and I'll show you the last two drop locations in this underwater cave. We just got to head down here back to our ichthy, if this is where you parked it, and then come around and just hop straight back on it. So, and then from here where you came from, that's where we came from. You're gonna want to put or you don't have to, but you can put it on, and then you just go straight down and you follow this pathway along here, and it leads you into this wide open clearing of water where people tend to hold squids. But yeah, so it leads into this wide open area here, and there are two drop locations here and one I can already actually see. So the first drop location here, I think there might be three actually, not 100%, but there is definitely one here. So that is at 60:21, right around these metal nodes that are in the water, and it will spawn in this little patch around all this little shrub underwater. So let's hop out and get this one. So that one was not so good, only a Megalodon saddle blueprint. And so this is the open clearing. And so just here, as you can see, coming out from the ground is the actual artifact. This is the artifact of the brute, and is what you use for boss fights. So last two spawn locations, I do believe. So I'm not. This is the one I'm not sure about as well. I think one might spawn here, but I don't know. You'll see it if it is here. So yeah, that's at 6022, and then just past these squids, right down here, right about here in this patch of seaweed or whatever you want to call it. A drop may spawn 6121. So yeah, this is the that's the whole underwater cave explored, and I think that's just about everyone, or that is definitely every one of the drops that I've seen spawn, and a few that I think they probably have removed, as I haven't seen them there for a while. But yeah, as I've been heading throughout this cave, you guys have probably noticed pells and a lot of them. So if you come down here with some scuba gear and flippers, you can potentially get, I don't know how much you would get from this whole cave, but as you can see, there's pells all along the bottom of the cave. It's pretty great. You could probably come out of here with maybe, like, I don't know, 400, 500 pells on normal rates, and on 2 times you'd come out with even more. So as you can see, all along here, all down along this corridor, and there's some to our right on the other corridor. So yeah, this is definitely a resourceful cave. It's got a bit of metal. I think you can harvest some of the crystals. Here's some metal here. You get pearls, and of course you get that great loot as well. So yeah, I definitely think this is really worth it. I prefer to do these drops, farm them, rather than the deep sea ones, because I just get confused as to their whereabouts, and there's always squids and that down here, and there's none of that here. You'll be pretty safe. So this is why I prefer the underwater west cave so much more. Yeah, so I'm gonna head back to my base, and we'll get our loot collected, or get all of the items I've gotten from it collected, or all the stuff I've kept, and I'll bring you guys, or show you guys a collection of what I've got from about maybe like 2 days of farming these drops. So yeah, I'll be right back. And I am back, and here I have gathered it all the good stuff that I've kept from those underwater loot caves. So as you can see, there's quite a wide variety of pretty decent blueprints and items, and this isn't even all of it. I think some of us are wearing some of the armor we've got, and I think some of them are using the guns that we have too, and the rest has just been chucked out because we haven't wanted it, and it just hasn't been useful to us. So yeah, we've got a wide variety of things here. We've got some pistols, shotties, long neck, some pretty good flak armor, like that's pretty good actually. Some good saddles with pretty high armor and all that sort of stuff. And this is only from, like, I don't know, maybe a day of going into the cave every half an hour, 45 minutes, because that's about how long it takes for the drops to respawn over time. And so yeah, it's quite a bit of good stuff, and I like, this isn't even the best you can get. You can get Ascendant, and like, it's like you can get some pretty good stuff from this, I'm telling you now. So I definitely think this is a good technique of getting some great loot for like early on players, or like new players in the early stages of the game, so you can help get yourself established and defend or raid people when you need to as well. So yeah, I'm definitely pretty happy with some of the loot we've gotten, and I can't wait to go out and get some more. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like, and if you've got any feedback, put it in the comment section down below, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!